Hello, friends. Welcome to another Wildcard Wednesday on my YouTube channel and blog. And yes, I know it's Thursday. I'm asking for grace. I'm a bit behind. Today I'm featuring the stamp set called Pick of the Patch. I'm also using some Stampin Up masking paper to create my card. So I have a 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 inch piece of basic white cardstock. I've put the masking paper on the last 2 inches. I'm getting my non-porous surface, which this actually is a laminated mini grid sheet. And I am blending on with my blender brush some Pool Party. And this just takes a few minutes. I don't want it to be overly saturated with ink. I just want it to have a little bit of definition. So I have noticed when I've used this masking paper, especially if it's the first time, it can tear the paper. So I'm going really slow and I'm just inching that paper. And as you can see, I'm pulling very gently and I didn't get any ripped paper. So that's good. All right. So I have my piercing mat here because I really want a good impression. This is pumpkin pie. And I first gave sort of a scratch pumpkin, a little bit of a trial there. And then what I inked up again with the pumpkin pie, and just with a finger dauber, I am using real red. And you're going to see the difference between a little bit of shading and just sort of no shading whatsoever. Both are fine, but if you want it to sort of have a realistic look, I would go with the shading. So there's some 3 little leaves that I'm absolutely loving in this stamp set. Again, I inked up with pumpkin pie, and then I just sort of daubed on a little bit of something of the real red. And I actually noticed that there was a weird little spot on one of the leaves. You can see it right there. I just went over with the marker of pumpkin pie and I colored it in. So no one's the wiser. That's the reason why we have markers. I know it's a lot of money to spend, but it is helpful in those particular cases. So I fussy cut this out. I've actually sped this up 4 times for you so that you can see me fussy cutting. I think that there's dies that go along with this, and I didn't get them because I'm a crazy fussy cutter. And I find sometimes that, well, I'm a frugal crafter too. I got to watch my pennies. So I just fussy cut. It was a simple image to fussy cut out. So this happens to be the Glorious Gingham pattern paper, and I'm using Pretty Peacock. Say that a couple of times and you might notice that your tongue gets twisted. So I think this is just like a 3, maybe a 1/2 inch strip. Then I took the pumpkin pie marker and I flicked it on my paper so it would look splotchy. I love that look. This is Pretty Peacock for my sentiment that it came in the stamp set. So it says, "Thanks so much." And now I'm just putting Seal Plus on my pumpkin, just tucking in any exposed adhesive. And I'm adhering it right to the top of that gingham. Now, I almost went with green for the stem, but I ended up using pecan pie. And that is because it's not necessarily green, a pumpkin stem, it's more of a brown. And then here is the little pumpkin twisty thing. And I used Pretty Peacock for that. So adhesive goes on the back side of my Foco piece, and I'm adhering it to the pecan pie or pecan pie. I was told that that's the proper way to say it. And then I'm putting that piece right on my Pretty Peacock pie. Pretty Peacock pie? Oh my God, that would be awful. pretty peacock cardstock. I guess I'm hungry, you guys. So the Wink of Stella, this actually has water in it, so it doesn't work as well, but I do find that it blends the page or the ink together, and it unifies the coloring. Of course, you don't have to do this. And one of the nice things about this is I sort of wiped it just on my finger to see if there was any ink transferred. It wasn't, so I was able to go over the glorious gingham. All right, so the last little bit that I did with this card is I added some loose frosted dots. My Take Your Pick tool is being used, and I didn't have it on hand, so I had to do it with my good old fingers. I got glue everywhere, and it was kind of a gong show, but at least I got those embellishments on there, and they are the pretty peacock color, so I'm super excited that everything is all matchy, and I love this card. So happy autumn, everyone. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.